Welcome back. Today we're going to try to put in some of these gas arm supports for these cabinets that raise up in our cabinet so they don't come down on your head. Stick around with us as we try to put these in. As I was saying, we're going to try to put in, and I also meant to mention that we're going to try to replace some of these. This here is a 4-pound hydraulic arm, and sometimes, especially when it gets cold, you raise them up. That one's holding and falls down. So we're going to replace them. So what have I got them to replace with? They're called 100N, and I think they're 22 pounds. Let's see if these work. Let me show you what I got. All right, here's what I ordered off of Amazon. This is the original one. 20N. I put my hand up there to get it to focus. And this is what I'm going to replace it with, 100N. The 20N is 4.4 pounds. The 100N is 22 pounds. There was a 40, I think it was 7 pounds. This is where I'm going to decide if I made a mistake or not, if I should have went with the 40N. But here we go. These are supposed to be 6 inches long. When I measure it from center to where the connects is 6.5. These are the mounting brackets you get with it. This goes at the bottom wall, this goes on your door, then you can adjust. And all the screws. 3 for the round, 2 for the slider. I got a drill. And if you see, I put a piece of tape on it, half of the length of the wood. So I'll drill down to the tape. That way I don't go all the way through the cabinet. Comes instructions, but they're in millimeter and hard to see. My doors open up past where they raise up above. So it says 80 millimeters. That's 3 inches, here about. But I'm gonna have to show you what I did. When I got done, I went 2.5 on the first one. So I made all of them 2.5 the distance, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's get over there to the cabinet. So what I'm saying is, it says come 1/2 inch, but it doesn't mean come 1/2 inch off the door, because if I put the edge there, you see it hit the side of the cabinet. If I put the 1/2 inch there and come down, if it's right there, it hit the side of the cabinet. It means come to the side of the cabinet opening, come over 1/2 inch, and then bring it out. The 1/2 inch should be the edge of this from that edge right there. Hope you can see that. Then you go from here, push it to the edge of the door out. It's 2.5. I'll push it all the way against the cabinet out to it. I've almost made 3 inches if I go from the cabinet to it. From the door to the center of it is 2.5. And you can see the center is about 6.5 right there. It came up to be, this one's hitting the light. Most of them go on up, but that's fine. You see I came out about 2.5 inches to the center. And then I can slide, and I put the screws, I drilled the screws right there. I drilled the hose after I lined them up, drilled a hose and made sure that that only goes half the distance of the wood. Then I put the screws in. This is a 20. I need the 100. I'm going to try this out. If this becomes a failure, it'll be on TV. Be on YouTube. Trying to make sure I get them all the same way. Now to take them off, all you do is pull that plastic cap and they'll slide off the ball. I'm just pulling these caps out. You don't even, if you got good nails, you can pull them out without a screwdriver, but they do have slots for screwdrivers. You snap that side in, snap that side in, put that cap on, that cap on. I don't think 22 pounds is going to be too much. I was worried that 22 pounds might be too much on that hinge up there or on the door. After you get them on, start working it, that feels pretty good. So I'm just going to have to go here and replace the rest of them now. The instructions say, warning, do not use lubricant oil or similar things. It can interrupt the reaction of the gas spring. Please put the fitting plates well aligned on the stuff. On the stuff, that's what it says. All right, so that's how I did that one. I'm gonna go around and change some more. Might film it, but we're going to do it kind of fast. Just replacing these. All right, let me go ahead and get this one. Caps off. Popping these caps off here, so I got it ready. Now to let you know, those 22 pounders are pretty stiff when you first put them on, but after you work the door a couple of times, they loosen up. And I'm wondering that also in the winter time, like I was having with these 4.4 pound ones, I was just wondering if they really weaken up some. Oh man. And I was wondering too, if anybody asks, why did I put only one on one side? It's probably because, it really was because of this. See the latch? Right where come up right where that mount should go on this side. One I'm talking about, one of them that's it's a little cool. Works good while it's warm out. Gets a little cool, starts acting crazy. So we'll see what it acts like when I get it. So what it acts like after we put this on, just snap them right in. You see I got some of them a little off. Okay, first impression is to get it working. Alright, now it's closed. Right up there. Extend it all the way. Okay. Oh, that one's completely shot. Look at that. 4 pounds just wasn't strong enough. Now this is the reason, these doors right here are the reasons why I went with the 100N on the smaller cabinets, because these required longer gas supports than the little doors. And when I bought them, I got the 100N 22 pounds and I put them on here. And as you can see, they're a lot longer and they're lifting this up pretty good. And even when after it got cold, they did not fail as much as the little 4 pounds. The 4 pounds were just at the limit, so any variation in the temperature, they got where they were too weak. So that's why I went with the 100N 22 pounds on the other doors and started switching them out and adding to the ones that I did not have shocks for. As I was reading the instructions on the side of this package of this gas cylinder for cabinets, I think they made a mistake, or they're using the same bag for all of them. Because it says, if I got my door open like that, where I should drill this bottom one here, bottom mount, the longest is 260 millimeters and the shortest is 250. 250 is 9 inches. These hydraulics are only 6.5 fully extended. Then I started measuring. Even if I go to the top of the door, all the way up to the top, 9 inches is right here. Right at the bottom of my cabinet. So you're on your own if you're trying to use the instructions. I'm just going to tell you what I used. I used from the top of the door out 2.5, from the top of the cabinet down 6.5. Yep, 6.5, and from inside the cabinet over 1/2 inch to give room for the top hinge to slide by. So I'm pretty sure the instructions have one bag for all of them. That would work on these, those instructions would work on these 11-inch gas cylinders, but not these 6.5s that I've put in, or 6. They're listed as 6-inch, 6.5. Anyway, just wanted y'all to know that before you went crazy trying to read the instructions from Made in China. Yes, Made in China. Made in China. There you have it. I changed out my 20Ns for 100Ns, 4.4 pounds to 22 pounds on the cabinets. They worked out great. Thank y'all for watching. I'll put a description of these where I got them off of Amazon down below. Hit that subscribe button, share, and as always, thank you for watching Only Weekends RV.